Yeah, so you guys are still eating with me on you guys are still eating with me when it comes to when it comes to yeah, because I don't know why the video shut off. I don't know why my light keeps turning off like that. Doesn't make sense to me. If it does it again, like the screen doesn't stay on. I just don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why it does it. Oh, yeah. I like the way the bus drivers drive. The steering wheel is like out in front of them. You have a tough job, bro. Bus drivers have an incredibly tough job. Any bus driver out there, I respect you to the fullest, man. God bless you, and stay strong out there, man. Any bus driver, man, I respect. Cab drivers, you know what I mean? They have to deal with the people all day. They're strong individuals, man. Yes, they are. I'll take my daughter to the beach if it's good weather. It was hot again today, but unfortunately, I think by Friday it's gonna start raining. So maybe we go to the beach tomorrow. Damn, should I swoop up my nephew? Maybe I should. But see, he was off today because of MLK, and now he's not off tomorrow. He has school tomorrow. So by the time school's over, I don't know. I'm sure the beach was packed today. Oh man, we should have went today. But my daughter, I gotta schedule that. I gotta build better communication with my baby mama, you know what I mean? Ask her about it, like. So, yeah. All these YouTube things, like, becomes like a friend that's always with me, you know? Even if I have a friends here or anybody with me, I'll be right here. I can talk to you, we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? Baby, I feel caged though. Whoa, 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 whoa. So the run was beautiful. I like the way I pushed at the end. That was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, baby. I ain't gonna lie. And that was nice of that lady telling me. You have to go through the drive-thru. I like to, when I talk to people, I like to be close to them. Talk to them closely. I like yelling from far. I like that. Baby, I feel caged up. Boys and girls don't know no loyalty. And on that song, when I say like I'm a man, so I say, with the woman you love can easily find the next best thing. I hope there's a lot of women that could know that they're gonna be like, with a man you love, like you see it like with a man you love, you know what I mean? Like you see it that way, like with the man you love can easily fuck the next, like, because I'm a man singing it to a woman, you could be a woman, and hopefully if you're a man, you like men, you can sing like that. If you're a woman who likes women, you can sing along too. So, you know, you can replace word, keep the word, you know what I mean? So that's when I say stuff like that. I don't want to say it specifically for anything. Or it might be something inspiring that happened in my life that inspired that lyric, you know? It's left behind, it's a song, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be right here in the moment and know that I could run, you know, be myself, you know? But I just love that song, like, baby, I feel caged up. I can't even reenact what I did, like on that song, you know what I mean? A lot of my songs I just record them fast, and then it might be like 3 at a time, 4 at a time, that way I can just, and then I let them sit for a little while, because like, when I need to hear it, I'll go to my songs, and that's when it'll hit me like, oh damn, like, you know, like you have a talent, you have a skill, like you're pretty good, you know what I'm saying? And you enjoy it. So, you know, when I'm getting older and I'm getting smarter, I like music, I enjoy music, you know. And I have a lot of people that I have helped me along my way of life, you know what I'm saying? And God is good, you know, so, and so that's what we're doing, you know? That's what I'm trying to do, and you know, I'm doing this too, you know, showing you a little bit of my life and people that have been in my life, and dude, this channel's only gonna get better. This channel will only get better, like, you know, and only get better. Once I get better, this channel will get better, you know? Once I'm confident enough to show that this is what I like to do and show people my life and characters in my life and individuals, and that's when I'll do it, you know? So, so yeah, we're waiting. We're still waiting. I guess you could say my shits are like podcasts, you know? They're a little longer than most, you know? I noticed once I started watching YouTube, I don't watch too much of stuff. I guess I stay in the game. Like Joe Rogan, like I like sometimes they say things that you will never hear on the news, you know? So it's popular. You look at Vlad TV, if you're watching, you know, I like the hip hop culture. I like the whole entertainment culture, like comedians, actors, comedians that turn actors, you know, they make funny movies. And even Jamie Foxx, how he went from, you know, being an actor to, you know, he had his own sitcom, the Jamie Foxx Show, that I used to love so much. And then he was a singer and a comedian, like just using your talent, you know, modern day. You just using things that creating from your mind, because when you don't have anything, creating from your mind, you know. And you know, it's awesome, you know. And then so there's different. And then it's just a simple, okay, that's what I get from Vlad, you know? I get the real, you get the real from Vlad, like, people are feeling, and like, these people are like, you know, black artists, they're black artists, who people, they have voices, you know? And then you hear these young, obviously, that TV is interesting, you know, it's just interesting, it's everyday life stuff. But that shouldn't be going on, you know? He's not depicting anything, he's just showing you kind of like, you know, if you see it from that way, you know. Young kids, maybe, if they're not guided right, they're gonna look at that type of stuff. Like, you know, I gotta pay stuff. They're gonna look at that type of stuff. And they're gonna look at it, they might get, you know, disinformed, you know. But, I don't know. People wanna see it, I guess. So, I like Vlad TV, I like the people that he has on, you got to know them. And then you got, you know, like I said, Joe Rogan, he's having a simple conversation with people across the table. No one does that nowadays. Like, he's sitting there talking to these celebrities, you know, different stories, and, you know, scientists, and you learn stuff. That's just kind of what I watch. And then there's so much other sports. Obviously, sports is very highlights, stuff like that. Music videos. I'm not sure where I even went with this, but I'm gonna ask for extra sweet and sour. And respect the people that are working right there, see? Maybe I shouldn't do it where like the screen shows them. I should probably just do it, but I'm not trying to hide it, you know? I guess I was trying to hide it, no. So I'm gonna get 2 sweet and sours and chili and soy sauce. I wonder if they have any how's it going? Can I request something? Can I have your attention? Can I get 2 sweet and sours, sriracha, soy sauce? And I think that's it. That's all you got. Thanks. See, that's like, I remember I was going to Chick-fil-A for a while. And when I went to Chick-fil-A, I got, you know, somebody requested like Polynesian sauce. And dude, so there's different sauces. Maybe they have different sauces over here. But I'd rather tell him that I had his attention than him have to come back, you know? Oh, thank you so much. I'm saying so. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Have a good night, huh? Bye. Let's go. So we're still pushing forward. We got the food, and we going. We got the food, and we are off. Nice eyes, big nose. I'll wait for you guys, don't worry about it. You gotta turn. I got my steering wheel pretty high. I kinda like it like this. Show you? That's kind of funny, huh? You probably can't tell, but this for sure is pretty high. Oh shit, I could've crashed right now. I wasn't paying attention. So I'm gonna park kinda like with his other cars, because I ain't trying to just have my car out. Maybe if the car's wide open, you can see it. Maybe that's where they don't steal your shit. So, I want to watch something cool tonight again. I watched that Richard Ramirez bullshit. Still trips me out, man. I had groupies. It was weird. I think those chicks are just bored. Dude, they put it in an even better tray now. They're like, bro, we're making money now. Way better tray. And that foam one, I actually have it with Panda. Panda on it. You know how we're used to the foam? I don't know. Time to eat. Time to eat Panda Express. And maybe I could eat it later. My kid. I'll wait till she's older, she could just sit down and chop it up with me. Okay, time to eat. So, sweet and sour. They're not putting it in a cup no more. I've never seen this before. Sweet and sour. Never. Never. I think there has to be some with no drive-through that they're still open for sure. But since this one has a drive-through, they're like, hey, let's make them go to the drive-through. My mouth is salviating. It's having saliva. Salivating. You know why? Because the thing is, when you have these, you want to dip them in the sweet and sour sauce. So right now I asked only for 2 packets. Before they will give you a whole little container of it. Little container. Okay, so guess I didn't get to my laptop today. Didn't get to my laptop today. I ain't really sweating. I've been doing music for a while. I do it for some, and I like stop, you know. But I started singing again, so I mean I've never really sang like this before. So now I like. This is soy sauce. It's very watery. So told you. I haven't washed a sweater since I ran in it like last week. It doesn't smell like I said, I haven't worn it again since then. Your sweat doesn't really smell like bad like that. Your armpits start to smell and stuff because that's because of your hair and stuff. It's always constantly rubbing. Maybe it's dead skin. So, well, they gave me a lot of sweet and sour, but not a lot of sriracha. I'm having more fun talking to you guys than just digging in. So let's take the mask off. I could probably even take the sweater off. So take the sweater off. I'll put that on again. Okay. All right. So a little nip slip. Okay. So yes. So sorry, guys. If you guys are hungry. I try not to eat this in 5 minutes. world's gonna give you constant doubts. Yourself, your mind's gonna kind of be uncertain, you know, but you just gotta keep moving forward. Gotta be a good person, you know. Don't bother nobody. I don't want to bother nobody. I just some food and go home. Go for a run. Go for a run. If you're eating too, eat with me. I have to be alone. If I get alone, it's okay. Sorry, I'm smacking my lips. Really apologize. Pretty spicy. You guys believe in aliens? Meaning, is there something else that is living outside of this hemisphere? I don't know. I think so. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know what to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? My daughter's mom used to always say, doesn't it suck we have to eat 3 times a day? When we get hungry. Yeah, it sucks. But I'm not a robot. I need to re-energize. Okay. Will I do 7 miles tomorrow? I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask myself. Oh no. I say this dramatically because I might want to go longer tomorrow. That's why I say it that way. Oh no. Oh no. You know what I mean? So I just want to think of this tremendous meal. You have little itty bitty squash. I love squash. Like, I don't know how to make it. I never tried. Like, but I would love to cook squash in my own kitchen. Butter, garlic, nice and soft, with some spinach and like garlic and feel lame saying this, but because I know, I don't know. I'm only thinking this passing my mind because I'm insecure and you know what's going on right now with my. It's not even going on no more. What, you know, it's whatever's going on in my life. But I feel I'm not trying to make this cool or anything, but it's actually trying to like explain something. Every time I think of squash, because I went to fire camp. And anybody who goes to fire camp know it's low-key a privilege to go to fire camp. Like, you can't be a murderer or like. I don't think you can have a violent crime in county. If you have a violent crime and you're only gonna go to county, you can't go to fire camp. But I think you could maybe have a violent crime when you're in prison. Cause I went to the county and I went from the county to fire camp. So they sent me. I was in the regular cell for like, you know, at first I was in a regular cell. I was a trustee. I was working. So that's what I did. I went there. They sent me to like 2 months to a training center in the county where you have to like every like month, I think every month they're shipping people out to fire camp. You know, people get released, they need more people. Some people get stuck at the camp where the county will send them to that training center. So sending to the training center, and then they get stuck at the training center because when they graduate, and because only once you graduate, I guess the county sends the paperwork to the fire camp. And they might check your background or might double check whatever, and they get disqualified. So the training center sometimes, like as long as they don't get in trouble, they're able to stay there and get a job. You know, they give them a job. There was a couple guys that were just stuck there. One had probably been there like 9 months. Some like cool ass skater Hispanic dude. He used to just run a lot. He run a lot of laps. He run like 90. He had the record there for the most laps around. There was this cool ass OG Black American dude. He could do the most pull-ups. He's the one that when I had the what is it called? I had the my sister sent me the Machiavelli book, and that's the only time he really like talked to anybody. Really, he wasn't really he wouldn't leave his bunk, but he came to my bunk, and he asked me about the Machiavelli and told me he wanted to see it. And I think I had on a ball with it a little bit. He's like, nah, that book will fuck you up, man. He was a cool ass dude, man. He used to run a lot too, but he was freaking huge. He was swole. I think he had been in there for years. He was in prison for years. I don't know how long he was at that camp. But him and then a Mexican dude who like, probably came from Mexico, he was also in there for many years, and he was pretty buff himself, but he was young. He was probably like early 30s, but he got busted when he was really young. But at that time, yeah, he was older than me though, and he could do the most pull-ups too. You know, it was interesting, that whole little scenario. He even cut hair. That guy was a hair barber too. But you go there and you have to train, and you know some guys barely get there. One guy got there one day and he tried to pass the test. I think he was able to pass the test. Lucky he was able to like do everything, because they make you do they make you put your hands down and you have to do like scissor kicks where you like, it's like push-up position, and you have to like use your legs. You do that, then you do a push-ups. Sorry, excuse me. Then you do pull-ups. You do dips. I don't think you do dips. And then you do. They had this like a stair on each. They had a step on each side, and then there was a platform. It might have been 2 steps, then a platform, and then 2 steps, and then the ground. You had to wear like I think 25-pound backpack. You had to keep going back and forth. So you had to go up the 2 steps, the platform, down the 2 steps, back and forth. And there was like I knew I was gonna easily pass, but we were kind of competitive. The best hiker there was this white boy. He was tall, And that dude was the best hiker, bro. Like easily. He kept up with the firefighters. He kept up with them. And I wonder if the firefighters could do more than him, because they kept up with them easy. He kept up with them. And we did like an X-ray when we graduated. We had to get X-rayed out. Like they made sure we were good before they sent us to the fire camp. And they took a picture of his lung, but they had to take 2 pictures because his lungs were so big. So I think his lungs. Okay, I was like either the second or the third, like one of the good hikers at the fire camp. But once you go to the actual fire camp where you're gonna be there for the rest of your sentence, there's way better hikers, dude. They're freaking way better, way easier. Like, they could push, bro. But they know when you come from LA County, like, yeah, you guys get the best training right there in LA County. So there was guys there. You could just easily hike like over nothing. They hike every day. Some of the fucking most tiredest times. I got third one time, and it was only because like other people were out on fire, so there wasn't that many people. I ended up being like one of the best ones. They were clowning on me like, oh man, that's funny. So when you got top 3, when you got 1 and 3, top 3, they gave you like a soda. You got awarded every day. So I guess I don't know. I forgot what I got. I think I got like a Twinkie, like a chocolate bar or something. What? Now I know. So okay, this is the only fucking point of all this shit was about the squash, remember? Okay. Because there was this I guess he ran with the Woods. That's what their name, that's what they call them in jail, the Woods. They call the African Americans the blacks. This is in LA County. Next, and you got the Paisas, the Mexicans. I'm trying to think, people don't like these names, you know? You're in jail, like that's how people view you. But don't go to jail. Don't be stupid and go to jail. No point to it. And but because this is a sad story right here. Look, there's this guy in there. He's one of the chefs at the fire camp, where, like the final stage where you're actually gonna go fight fires. And it's become your job. Like you're trained enough for it, and you get part of a crew. And you have your crew chief, who's like an employee of the LA County. He goes home every day, or whenever he's not on call. When they're there 24 hours, maybe even like weeks at a time. And our crew chief, he wasn't like the most happiest guy. Who knows what his personal life was like? But he was there working, hiking every day. He had to be at work. When I got there, because it's the crew chief, he's an employee of the LA County Fire. And then you have the guy who is the captain of the inmates, but he's also an inmate. So he sits up front with him. He literally sits up front. You know, stop to get gas or something, he's up front. He's trusted. Like, he's not gonna run. He's in fire camp. He has to do his time. You know what I'm saying? So that was Chopper. I admire him. He was such a humble dude. He was cool. He was a very good dude, man. His name is Chopper. And I always remember him. If I ever see him, I would always remember him. I always remember you. And long story short, there's this I think he might have been, he looked like he was Armenian or something, so I'm not sure if he in fire camp, the rule is there's no politics. That's the rule. Everybody hangs out who they hang out with, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know where this guy, I never asked him what was his orientation, or I know he was a chef. And he had been there a while. Everybody liked him. He was like a chubby teddy bear, tall dude, maybe like early 40s. He had gray hairs already, you know. Could have been close to 50. I don't know. I think he was like early 40s, maybe late 30s. But you know, had a belly, was tall. I think he was. Him and this Indian guy. He had long hair and he had dark skin. He was very dark. He had to work out a lot. He was confident in himself, you know. He liked to be on the phone, talk to the ladies and stuff. He was like a cool dude. He knew how to adapt, you know. He was like the main chef, but like I said, he came. I guess he got a job from whatever, because I never went to like actual prison. So whatever prison he came from, he got a job to work at fire camp. So, but that other guy that I want to talk about, like the main chef, I consider I would say he was main because every time in the morning you woke up, you would go to breakfast. After breakfast, you went back a little bit to you know, to get your shit. You kind of went to get your shit, maybe like use the restroom one last time, and you go line up again. They check you in, you stretch, and you go for your hike in the morning. But we would walk to where the beginning of every single hike, we would walk there. It was pretty trippy how like these are some of the best hiking trails you would ever see in your life, ever. And we were getting time to do it. So I never like to lay in the back, but I wouldn't be in the front. I'm kind of everybody go. I just caught up to who I caught up to. They would even let you train and wear they would let you wear a pack. And then but with the pack, I think you could come in. I don't know if you could come in at any time, but you had to come in on time. There was a time limit. So while we were getting ready to, because it's the back fence, they opened it up for us to go hiking. Like literally we couldn't. Maybe we try to get away, but it's all fucking rocks and who knows where the town is at and shit. But let's go hike. I think while we were eating, some of the firefighters, they would already be ahead of us hiking like 20 minutes before we went. Because we would always, at the end, we would always, you know, be timed. So they were already going ahead of us. And so, well, the gate was opening and we were all waiting. Because we had to wait for everybody to walk, and then when everybody's ready, and I think the firefighter down here with us was communicating to the people at the destination, up the hill, up the mountain. These are mountains, man. Literally, you start breathing, like, it gets thinner. You're high, like, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. And so we were getting ready to for them to blow the whistle or say, "All right, guys, go." But they wouldn't even say go. They would call out a hike. They would call out a certain hike, and then so you didn't know what it was gonna be every time. You know, we were just waiting for them to say go. When I was leaving, they were barely implementing CrossFit. They were starting to do CrossFit and less hiking. I think that's dumb. I like hiking. But CrossFit, that shit is tough. So, I don't think it's dumb. It probably would have got me yoked, but that's what they're doing in there. It's a system they're running. And so while they were letting us go, the chefs, they didn't have to hike every day. Whoever had a job, they didn't have to hike. Guys had a job cleaning the restrooms, preparing for dinner. They just made lunch. They just made lunch and dinner. So you kind of had to save breakfast a little bit, to be honest with you. And they gave you a break when you were out working because they made you go to work, which is cool. Stay busy. But while you're working, you get away for a fire. A lot of times you'll be doing something, When we hear the alarm, we had to run to the truck. One time we went to some gym, wherever our camp was at. There was some like local gymnasium or park like recreation center. And they were gonna have amateur boxing, so we set up the whole thing. We helped set up the floor, the whole boxing ring. We hung up posters, like we did everything. We went for a couple days. Well, on getting to that chef that I call him Italian, that tall Italian chef guy with the pudgy stomach, he would be walking to the garden. He'd go make sure that, like, a lot of the vegetables they made for us at the camp was, all the vegetables were grown. They would grow vegetables for the camp. And they let the inmate take care of it. He loves it. He would capture squirrels. He'd make squirrel traps. We would catch frogs. There was a lot of like the baby horned frogs living in the mountain or camouflage. The mountains, the rocks were white. They were like white rocks. It was pretty bright. Like the sun would be shining on you and shit. But then you'll get to like where there's trees and you'll go through like little like natural little rivers and shit. It was tight. Hard hike. Hard. So when I think about squash, that was the best squash I had. I know it was like so flavorful, like soft, and it was just a side, It was good. I always think of that guy. Like, did he have a garden when he got out? I don't know. I hope he kept that with him, though. Kind of like I keep running with me, I got in shape in there. It'd be cool if he was able to grow plants and shit outside. And the people who cooked and stuff, people who had jobs, they had their own dorm. So I would have liked to go hiking like prior to the job. I'll go every now and then. Sometimes they did. The guy, the long hair, tall, dark, and skinny. I think he went running with us sometimes. But for the most part, they had a job to do. So, but it was weird because it was so beautiful. Those hiking trails were created by the inmates, The path. We would go hiking a few times with our whole gear. Then we would start cutting. I'm thinking about now is how long did it take me to eat this? I never ate it all. Now I'm full. But thank you, Jesus, for that food. I'm sorry I ate so fast and now I feel like shit, but but yeah, it was like I wish you guys could have experienced it. Like, wildland firefighting is pretty awesome. I mean, I should try it. You know, volunteer some. I have a childhood friend. He actually went to college and graduated. I guess once you get that certificate, you're pretty much a free agent. You start putting your applications in, and you get taken in by an agency. You know, a wildland firefighter agency. Which those things are kind of becoming tree services now because a lot of these people with money who are able to pay for, you know, I guess landscape services that require you to having to remove big ass trees and like everything around your home. So you know, like you're pretty much clearing out everything like a miles deep, you know, and you know, surrounding your home. I seen a video on it that I mean, to each his own. But because of all these fires, a lot of people who can afford it are hiring these people to pretty much cut anything that could burn around their house. Like, I don't know how far, how much they could afford, but so these companies are coming in and pretty much removing the trees. And I guess it's wildland firefighting. To each his own. They're making money, you know. And it's hard work. But they had this machine that they're actually see these people have money because they're using a helicopter, and they got the helicopter, and it's like a double sided or just it's like a hanging chainsaw, and they use the helicopter to drive close to the branches and then just like cutting them with the helicopter. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, so the buddy, my friend, a childhood friend, he said he had to sign a 2-year contract, so now you're kind of obligated to have to be there for 2 years. So like he had to finish his contract, so he's done with his contract now. I guess he had a couple like close calls in the fire camps, you know. It's hard work, man. It gets lonely out there. You're out in the woods. It's pretty fucking crazy. He's doing landscaping now. He's just over here, but it's hard. That's just hard, man. Difficult. Trip on some of the people that work for LA County, the people that were in charge of us. It was beautiful times, man. Up in the wilderness. Some beautiful things, but anyway, that's it. I ate all the food. Now I gotta go get to Walmart. Okay? Peace.